Hello, hello. If you're watching this video, then you followed a link or I sent it to you. You're probably wondering what this car looks like underneath. And that's pretty hard to show at a car show or when you're on the road. So I figured while I'm still in California and while it's very hot in my garage, I would just put it up on my hoist and give you a walkthrough. Because this car has absolutely nothing to hide. For a 1977 Survivor, I think you'd be hard pressed to find another one this good. But anyways, enough about looking at my smiling, sweaty face. Let's take a look at the car. So I'm gonna grab my flashlight. I also wanted to make this video because I'm gonna spray some of these areas that are really rust prone on these cars with fluid film, just to preserve what's there for longer. And I wanted to show everybody what it looks like before. So this car, I picked it up in Oregon. I don't know where it spent most of its life, but it was definitely not somewhere where they salt the roads. So if you look up in there, it's a little bit of surface. I am gonna have to replace the fuel tank later this week. So I'm gonna really get in there with the wax and all that stuff. I put a thumper pump on this. It does have the mechanical one up front. This one's just a backup because I'm driving it for 4,500 miles, and this thing has been, as of last week, was the first time it's been back on the road in 21 years. So we still have a couple of teething issues, but not much. So the rear suspension is Bilstein shocks. I think they're B8s. I'm not 100% on that, and I don't know what the springs are. The exhaust is a very nice exhaust. It's got a resonator. I think this is 2-inch diameter tubing. Not 100% sure on that. And it does have a catalytic converter. It's on there. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna take it out or anything like that. But if your jurisdiction requires you to have it, it's there. So this is one of those areas where usually there's a brake line up top that starts leaking, and then this whole area just gets ruined on the Mark I Sciroccos, and they start to crack. This has absolutely no cracks. There's a little bit of surface rust, and I can tell you that the inner floor pan has been replaced already. As far as I can tell, that's the only area that ever needed any work as far as sheet metal is concerned. Here, we had clearly we had, some sort of leaking CV axle for a while. But where there's grease, there's no rust. So if you look up in there, that's, that floor pan is 100% fine. And then, on this other side, what people like to do is they like to erroneously jack the cars up here and then that bend stuff. It's got a 1.8 8-valve hydro head in it. I tried my best. I tried my best to reseal this engine. It's dripping oil. I'm gonna take another look at it. It's probably a lot of it is transmission oil. And don't worry, I am giving a replacement transmission with the car because the axle cups on this thing are also really sloppy. But the CV axles are both new. Somebody's been in here, not me, and they took the time to paint all this stuff, like the calipers. The brakes have been converted to the VW Type 2 disc brakes, so those are a lot nicer. I had to replace this caliper because, I had to replace both front hoses, and then the bleeder nipple ripped off the old caliper. But I had a good spare. That one's from a 92 Rabbit convertible, or sorry, cabriolet, and it's from California, so it's totally fine. Other than that, even up here, the frame horns, yeah, it's got a little bit of surface rust, where they get water splashed on them. But there's absolutely nothing here that needs anything other than a good coat of fluid film to give you many, many more years of enjoyment. Probably many more decades if you, keep this thing garaged and only use it in when the weather's nice. Depending on where you live. In Arizona, you could probably just run this thing year-round. The front shocks, I don't know exactly what inserts they are and what aftermarket springs, but it's a little bit lower. It rides nice though. And yeah, these wheels, if you're looking at this thing, we're gonna have to talk about these wheels because these are off of my girlfriend's Passat and she kind of needs them back. So that's something. Yeah. All right, that's it for me. I'm gonna see if I can't do anything about these, these handful of oil leaks. I've already thrown so many seals at this motor. I don't understand what exactly is going on. But I figure whoever's gonna buy this thing is going to engine swap it anyways. That's what I would do if I was keeping it. And the other thing is, you know, if you spend the time to maybe respray it, or maybe not. I mean, it's totally up to you. But if you like made the interior a little bit nicer, this thing would fetch a really, really high price. I haven't seen a candidate. I'm originally from Germany, so I know what cars look like in areas where they salt the road. And I haven't seen a car this old, this good in a very, very long time. Even living in California, you know, I've been underneath a couple of Mark 1s and Scirocco Mark 1s, and this area is always problematic. But this one, it's all good. It's all good down here.